So Kevin Durant is gearing up for his 20th season in the NBA, and we never got to really see the Rockets at full strength with KD because their point guard, Fred VanVleet, tore his ACL before the season even started. But now he's back, and he's ready to return to the court, and he caught up with our Mark Spears.
The playoffs was pretty hard. I was just about 6 months at that time. I was like feeling good some days, and I just had an epiphany like, damn, I really missed the whole year. That was a tough time.
Fred VanVleet has been through so much in his career just to make it to this point. Undrafted, He set all these records. He signed multiple of these massive deals. Fred VanVleet out the entire NBA season, torn ACL.
I never had a real injury before, but I definitely felt the pain and the severity of the moment. I was in denial. I didn't want to believe it. Looking back now, it's like a life-changing moment. We all have these ideas of who we are, who we think we are, and then you get put in a situation where you actually have to be that. So I've been priding myself on mental toughness and patience and working hard and determination. I just tried to help as much as I could from where I was. So I just put my assistant coach hat on and tried to help the group that was out there instead of making it about me. As a competitor, you know what you can do, but in the moment with the guys, I'm all in 100% trying to help my guys out. You know, I took for granted a lot of things about what I do because I've just been doing it every day for my whole life, but the mental escape and just the physical exertion and getting that energy out and have the highs and the lows and the fail and the succeed. I really just love every aspect of the game. So to have that appreciation again, I feel like a rookie again. My life and my career has been one of somebody who's just made his own way. Good, bad, or ugly, I failed, I've succeeded. I never let anybody else tell me what I can or can't do. I know what I'm capable of, and I put the work in, move with respect and honor and love, and I've made myself a nice little living, you know, by doing that. People just forget stuff so fast. So like the last few years of the NBA has been going away from the point guard. We started off really good. So it was like, we don't need a point guard. And then Steven Adams got hurt, and then everything started to go downhill, and it's like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? We need a point guard. No, you just laugh at the perception, but in-house, like, we know what it is. We value each other. The organization knows what I bring to the table. My teammates know what I bring to the table, so I'm just looking forward to playing basketball again. I think we can win a championship next year, but that's internal. The lead up to the moment don't really matter. We just watched the Knicks do it. Nobody really paid them any attention, and then they got there and they dominated, and it was like, oh, this is the best team ever, but we got a lot of work to do.
Great conversation there, Mark. Thank you so much for that. Now, last year, the Rockets, they opened up with 8-1 odds to win the NBA title. Only the Thunder had shorter odds. This year, though, the Rockets, they opened at 60-1 at DraftKings Sportsbook behind 12 other teams. So when you're looking at the biggest factor, Mark, after that conversation, I know you've kept in close touch with Kevin Durant after even covering him with the Golden State Warriors. What do you think is going to be the biggest factor, the biggest hurdle that they're going to have to overcome in the Western Conference this year?
Well, I think with the three veteran guards that they're essentially basically adding that weren't there last year, they'll fix it. I mean, Fred VanVleet is back. His perimeter shooting is back. His leadership is back. Marcus Smart was a really sneaky great addition, great defender, great leader, played for Ime Udoka in Boston. And then another sneaky one is they got Bogdanovic, tough, could shoot outside. So now that's something that's going to get fixed, Malika, is Amen Thompson, Reed Shepherd. They get to play off the ball now.
Right, and they get to kind of go back to the position.
So I think these three guys, the leadership they have, the toughness they have, the shooting, all that combined is going to lift KD, is going to lift Sengun, it's going to lift that whole team, and I think make them quite formidable.
I think what's tough about the Houston Rockets is that they have to face the Thunder or they have to face the San Antonio Spurs. Other than that, I mean, when you're looking at the team that they have put together, that is the problem. That is the ceiling that they're going to be banging their collective heads up against.
They have the same problem that those two teams have already solved, right? Which is, how do you get those young players to grow and take that leap? And I think with the Houston Rockets, they were betting that not adding a point guard to the mix last year and waiting for Fred VanVleet to get back, would do more for Amen Thompson's development, would do more for Reed Thompson's development. And then I think, and then I think Şengün is really the big guy that they are looking forward to making that big step. He
Has to.
started off the year so strong and then kind of tapered off towards the end of the year. I know they had some difficult conversations with him at the end of the year, just saying, this is what we need from you, this is what we expect from you in terms of habits and in terms of growth throughout the season, because he's been called Baby Joker for a long time. Right?
By Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah, and he has that skill set. He certainly, they love him as a person there, and I think they're just, the sooner he takes that next step, the sooner this team gets to be what.
Yeah, and KD Perk took a lot of responsibility, I think, at the end of last season. But there's only so many holes that one person can plug.
Yep.
That being said, it is Kevin Durant. You played with him, and we're talking about year 20. What are you expecting from KD?
Well, one, they didn't bring KD in and give up Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green just to be stuck in the middle. They brought KD in to bring Clutch City back and try to win a championship. And the only way that you could do that is by having chemistry and togetherness. I've been seeing a video that's been circulating around the internet of KD working out with Paolo Banchero, and I appreciate the mentorship. But that mentorship need to be going towards the guys that he's actually going to be on the floor with this upcoming season. I want to see videos of KD in the lab with Jabari Smith. I want to see videos of Şengün and Kevin Durant working out. That's what I want to see. When the Rockets were started to be relevant again, we saw Fred VanVleet, the leader, be in the lab, and we saw Jalen Green working out with Fred VanVleet in the offseason before he was traded, right? But then also, in 2008, we don't win the championship if we don't take a trip to Rome for training camp. We were forced to be alone, to be with one another for 4 weeks because it was nobody else there. We were forced to get to know one another. We were forced to have dinner with one another. And I always say this, when you're trying to win a championship, the teams that actually accomplish that goal, you learn more about that individual outside the lines. If I know more about Malika Andrews, Ramona Shelburne, and Mark Spears outside the studio, guess what? When we come into the studio, our chemistry and our show is going to be better. It's the same thing that applies when you're playing the game of basketball.
Yeah, all outside of the lines. Perks, you know what they say.
We know a lot about each other outside the studio.
Win in Rome, my friend. Let's get to Summer League. In case you guys missed it, the Golden State Warriors, they're your 2026 Summer League champs. And not only did their first-round pick, Axel Lendeborg, win the championship game MVP, he also won the overall Summer League MVP. Yes, 2 different awards here. Mark, what immediate impact do you see him making?
You know, he has this confidence that is really unique and special. I talked to him before the draft, and he basically said, don't worry about my leaping ability. I always show up in the games. And he showed up in Summer League, and if they redraft again, I'm sure he would jump up.
I'm telling you, they are so excited about him.
Yeah, and you can see why, right? He was selected on the All-Summer League first team as well. MVP. The rest of the selections, you can see them here. Braden Burries, Cam Boozer, Malik Thomas, and then Caleb Wilson as well.
Shout out to him.
Perk, Anthony Davis is saying right now all 82 played.
I believe him. Have y'all seen Anthony Davis lately?
Just
seen those workout videos circulating online? He looks in phenomenal shape. And I think, you know, people forget that when Anthony Davis is available, he's a top 15 player in the league. Anthony Davis is one of the most skilled power forwards that we've ever seen in the game of basketball. Anthony Davis affects both ends of the floor. You put him with Trae Young, AJ the Bouncer. You put him with the kid Trae that they drafted last year in the lottery. This team is going to be okay. I love Brian Keefe, who's the head coach over there. This